Hi, everybody. This is Gail Garber, and I'm the director of Hoxaloft. We're trying something new because we've had so many issues with Facebook Live and video issues and sound issues. So now we're pre-recording our message to you every week. And I thought since we were doing it in advance, we'd start by showing you this quilt that was really instrumental in the beginning of Hoxaloft. So back in the 1980s, I and other people made this fundraising raffle quilt. And another day we'll tell you all the rest of the story about why it's still hanging in my bedroom. But we thought it would be a nice backdrop. And I'm going to turn this over to Maggie and Amelia, and they're going to tell you the rest of the story for this week.
Hi, I'm Amelia.
I'm Maggie.
And we're the educators here at Hoxaloft. Today we're going to talk about how to be a good human during nesting season. This is Azulito, one of our male American Kestrels. His name, Azulito, means little blue, after the beautiful blue color that can be found on the wings of the male American Kestrels, which is one of the ways you can tell the males apart from females. He has a wing injury, and that is why he cannot be released back into the wild. American kestrels eat a variety of food, from insects to mice to other birds. Kestrels are falcons, and most falcons are bird-eating birds. So I'm going to talk about another common bird-eating bird, and that is the Cooper's hawk. Cooper's hawks are found pretty commonly in urban areas. They like to eat pigeons and doves, and here in Albuquerque we also have a large amount of suitable nesting trees for them, so they're quite common in Albuquerque. Now, because of that, every year we get a few calls about some Cooper's hawks that are dive bombing people. Now, fortunately, it's only a small percentage of Cooper's hawks that display this behavior, and it's the female defending her nest. Good rouse. So when the females have, when they sit on the nest, they like to remain inconspicuous when they're on their eggs. They don't draw attention to themselves. But as soon as those chicks hatch, a switch in her brain clicks, and she realizes that humans, with their forward-facing eyes, are predators. And that's when she may dive bomb them. Most of the time, this is just to scare people away and doesn't cause any harm. Now, due to the Migratory Bird Treaty Act, it is against the law for us to move the nests or mess with the birds in any way during nesting season. So if you have this issue, we have some advice for you. Now, this may only occur for about 4 weeks or less than a month while the young are growing. Once they leave the nest, she may no longer do this behavior. So the first advice we can give you is to just avoid the area altogether if you know there is a bird nesting there. This makes her more comfortable and avoids any possible incidences. If you do need to go into that area, we recommend that you carry an umbrella, because that will protect you from any dive bombing. And if this is a common walkway that many people might have to go through, you can even construct a canopy as well. Now, many people consider Cooper's hawks to be nuisances or pests due to the fact that they do tend to be in areas where there are a lot of people, and they eat backyard birds as well. But we here at Hoxaloft have been monitoring their nests for many, many years, and we take a lot of pride in watching them raise their young and reuse the same nest year after year. So we hope that you listen to our message and come to appreciate these birds a little more. Let's go over to Maggie with the rest of our message.
All right, so this is Tula. She is our female American Kestrel. Tula was found as a nestling after falling from her nest in Tularosa, New Mexico. And she does not have a physical injury like Azulito. She is instead what we call a human imprint. That means that because she was kept by humans in a crucial time of her development, she relates to humans rather than other kestrels and thinks she belongs with them. So on that note, we want to talk about what to do if you find a baby bird in order to prevent human imprinting and to better help birds in general. So first, let's talk about what to do if you find a hatchling. Right after an egg hatches, the baby birds are called hatchlings. Most raptor hatchlings are born with white natal down, but some bird species are completely bald or may only have a few tufts of feathering. Hatchlings require intense parental care and cannot survive without assistance or care without parents. So if you find a hatchling, the most important thing to do is to locate the parents, and if you can, put that hatchling back into its nest. A lot of people think that picking up a baby bird is bad. Maybe the parents would smell you picked it up, but that's not the case. So if you can find the nest, the best thing to do is to return that hatchling to the nest. And if you can't find the nest or locate the parents, the best thing to do is to call your wildlife rehabilitator or call your local wildlife rehabilitation center. As, like we said, a hatchling cannot survive without intense parental care. Next, let's talk about what to do if you find a nestling. Nestlings are older than hatchlings, but they're still not ready to leave the nest. They have a little more coordination than a hatchling can, and they can move around a little bit better, but they still need parental care. In that instance, the best thing to do, again, is to return that baby to its nest. If you cannot reach the nest, a really good alternative is to create a safe space for it in maybe a cardboard box with a towel. Then the best thing to do is to observe the baby bird. Most likely you'll see the parents coming down and taking care of that baby, even if it's in a box that you have constructed. If you really are convinced that this baby is abandoned or that it's not receiving care, the best thing to do is to, once again, call your wildlife rehabilitator or your local wildlife rescue organization, and they will let you know what to do from there. Lastly, let's talk about what to do if you find a fledgling. Fledglings are fully feathered baby birds, but they're clumsy and still learning how to fly, which is completely normal. The way that fledglings gain strength is by exploring the area around them. And like I said, they do this pretty clumsily as they're learning how to work their wings and their legs like a grown-up bird. If you find a fledgling, the best thing to usually do is just to leave it alone. Even if a fledgling falls to the ground, the parents will still continue to feed it and take care of it as it learns to gather strength and to explore. Unfortunately, fledglings are the most common time that we accidentally bird nap birds, as people see a bird that isn't very good at flying or they think it's been abandoned. But most of the time that's not the case. So at Hawks Loft, we usually bank on the rule that you should probably just leave that fledgling alone. But again, if you're really concerned about the bird, you can call your local wildlife rehabilitator. So thanks for watching our video today. And remember, if you find a raptor or a corvid or a roadrunner in the Albuquerque area that you think needs help, you can always give us a call at our Raptor Rescue Hotline, which is 505-999-7740. Thanks again for watching our video, and we'll see you next time.